Hi. Hi, I'm Nicole, and we live in mid Missouri. And this is my daughter, Winry. So they handed her to me quickly so I could go ahead and start to nurse and do the skin to skin. And my very first glimpse, I honestly just assumed it was some extra bruising from delivery. Upon getting to look at it a little more, it was obviously not just bruising. I was just concerned to make sure it wasn't anything health related. She was born with a birthmark, pretty rare. It's about 1 in 20,000 to 500,000 is the incident rate I've seen with CMN, just kind of varies depending on the size. Hers is considered giant, so hers is even more on the rare side. It's purely aesthetic. It has no negative health effect to her. Definitely still get all the like, ooh, a new baby, and people want to come up immediately and see. If they do happen to like notice her birthmark before they talk to us, I think I've noticed a little more hesitation before people approach. You can kind of see people like question what it is and not know, which, like I said, we didn't know beforehand either. But for the most part, we've really had still just completely positive experiences, especially in person. The most conversations we've really had about it is with like kids out in public. Like if I've taken her to doctor's appointments around like other kids and they might ask, which is great. I do not mind children questioning it at all. That's how they learn, and they're always just this pure, genuine curiosity, and they usually say okay, and they move on. She was honestly the first instance I had seen anything like this. It was so new to us, like which I think it is to a lot of people. I think that's where she's getting some of her attention right now. It's just not really shared that much, and so that's kind of what we're hoping to do with putting her pictures out and that kind of stuff. I would have shared her anyways, but especially with her difference, I think it's really important for others to get to see that. My husband and I had kind of joked here and there, like, oh, it might make her a model someday, just with how much differences really are like getting to be celebrated more. Just we're very behind the positivity that they're exuding about differences. I think it's really neat how many different people they represent. I think the more that differences are shared, the more normalized they are, and people aren't going to have to be doing double takes or staring too long because they've never seen it before. It's natural to be curious, but I just think the more it's shared, the more normal it can be. Maybe the less questions she'll have to answer every day as she's older. Just speaking from the mom, like I already have to field a lot of questions, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like for her when she's older. If we can keep sharing and others can share too, I think it can only help. It is rare, but there's so many more than you think. And it's really neat that social media can bring us together and you really don't feel near as alone with all of that. Like I probably a dozen parents at least share pictures of their children with very similar placements to hers, even. Whereas like I had never seen that before in my life. It's just a really neat community we can build.